The shooting actually happened just right behind me, this driveway. It's a little difficult to see with all the homes, but neighbors say that the witness was just a few feet away, and that was a 6-year-old boy. A brief ceremony just wrapped up just to honor 3 victims, 2 bailiffs and an Orange County corrections officer. Investigators tell us that they still believe that the accused cop killer is in the area. That's why they've been working around the clock to bring him to justice. It's day 3 of the manhunt for 41-year-old Markeith Lloyd. He's accused of gunning down Orlando Police Master Sergeant Deborah Clayton at this Walmart.
It's upsetting that he was out and about and killed Deborah Clayton. That's our first homicide in the city of Orlando this year.
Orange County Deputy Norman Lewis was also killed in a crash while responding to the shooting.
This motor guy was one of the best. He really was, and I know people say that all the time, but everybody knows this guy, and just a loving, wonderful human being.
Local, county, and state officials have been looking for the fugitive. Lloyd is also wanted for allegedly killing his pregnant ex-girlfriend last month.
What I would say to him is that the best course of action for him is to turn himself in. I can tell you at this point, he's not an individual that deserves my respect. He doesn't deserve the respect of this community.
Law enforcement says anyone helping Lloyd hide from police will be punished.
We are working to get arrest warrants assigned at this moment for individuals who we believe to have aided and abetted for the last several weeks.
Hundreds of tips have poured in since Master Sergeant Clayton was shot and killed, but her suspected killer is still on the run, and a community is left to mourn for their loss.
I think she's a hero. She did a phenomenal job. Like I said, I wouldn't have done anything differently myself.
And this is Master Sergeant Deborah Clayton's patrol car. You can see dozens of roses covering the windshield as people continue to pay their respects of their fallen officer. And again, remember that the crime line reward has been increased from $60,000 to $100,000. So if you do know where Lloyd is, do not approach him because he is still considered armed and dangerous. Just call 911. For now, reporting here in Orlando, Jackie Orozco, Fox 35 News. Yeah, police are looking for an ex who they say set his ex-wife on fire and her son. And as you can see behind me, their home, you can see it's completely destroyed, and it's actually still smoldering right now. And his ex-wife and their son, they are in critical condition right now at RMC. Again, just some neighbors I've been talking to, they're just in shock to see all of this unfold overnight. For now, reporting live here in Palm Bay, Jackie Orozco, Fox 35 News. Police are looking for a man that they say poured gasoline on his wife and his stepson and then burned the house. You can see right behind me over there, it's completely destroyed. We actually just saw some flames, some hot spots that firefighters were trying to put out now, and officers just released a picture of the suspected arsonist. So let's take a look. Again, they're looking for the husband, 64-year-old Edgar Fuentes. Now, a visitation service will be here at the First Baptist Church of Orlando later on tonight, and the fallen deputy's mother was very emotional, and she found the strength to speak with the crowd last night. We're also learning how unpredictable and how violent this accused cop killer really is, and the police say that he's ready for a battle. And now investigators have expanded the search beyond Orange County into Polk County because they say that Markeith Lloyd may have relatives in that area. Police also warning people to not go after Lloyd on their own accord because remember, he is armed and very dangerous, because some people may think that that's a way that they could get that $100,000 reward. Well, police say it doesn't work like that. It actually works by giving them information that will lead to his capture. It's been an emotional night for law enforcement as now the accused cop killer is in police custody, but he remains here at RMC because police say that he resisted arrest. Orlando's most wanted fugitive, Markeith Lloyd, finally in handcuffs.
I'm kind of glad, I thank God that they caught him. everybody can sleep in peace now.
Lloyd's face bloodied and bruised. Orlando police say he was armed and resisted arrest. Luckily, no officers were hurt when Lloyd finally gave up. Police found him in an abandoned house last night.
I'm just glad to know that he's off the streets.
But Lloyd hasn't seen the inside of a jail cell just yet. He's continuing his treatment at Orlando Regional Medical Center with officers near his bedside. In the neighborhood where the accused cop killer was caught, residents told us that it was about time for him to get caught so they can rest in peace.
I feel great. My heart feel released. Everybody can sleep in peace. They got him. No one got hurt. I think that I'm glad that no cops got shot. I'm glad no one got shot, no one injured. Thank God.
And earlier this morning, through these doors, we saw about half a dozen officers in tactical unit leave the hospital, but still no sign of Lloyd. And we're still working with Orlando police trying to figure out a timeline and when he will be released and sent to jail. For now, reporting live here outside of Ormsby, Jackie Orozco, Fox 35 News. Jackie. Markeith Lloyd is accused of killing at least 3 people, including an unborn child. And today, he will have his first court appearance. Accused cop killer Markeith Lloyd will be facing a judge this morning. He's facing a number of charges, but first he will have to deal with first-degree murder and the unlawful killing of an unborn child. Police say he shot and killed his pregnant ex-girlfriend, Sade Dixon, in December. He's been on the run ever since.
It's been rough.
Always tense. Like your head's got to be on a swivel because you never know where he is, if he's coming back.
Dixon's family says now they have peace of mind that he will be facing his maker.
I want justice to be served.
We finally get our chance for justice.
Right.
And hopefully the system works.
Lloyd spent the past 24 hours at the hospital, his face bloody and swollen after police say he resisted arrest Tuesday night. He's also accused of killing Orlando police officer Deborah Clayton on January 9th. People who thought they knew him, like the Dixon family, are just left with so many questions and heavy hearts.
I'm just the fact that I'm glad he's caught and he's alive because he can answer those questions that everybody asks. Why? Why Sergeant Clayton? Why my daughter? Why your unborn child? How would you want to kill your unborn child? It's like you had no remorse.
Seemed like a normal guy, you know. He told me how much he loved my daughter and, you know, how beautiful she was and everything, and they were so excited for the baby.
Lloyd's first court appearance is scheduled for 9 o'clock this morning. Of course, we'll be inside to let you know what happens. For now, reporting live outside the Orange County Jail, Jackie Orozco, Fox 35 News. We saw quite an outburst here at the Orange County Jail yesterday. Now Markeith Lloyd is facing those new charges today. So again, he'll be going up in front of a judge. And one of those charges, first-degree murder on a law enforcement officer. Now, these other charges that he's facing, attempted murder of another law enforcement officer, carjacking, aggravated assault, and wearing a bulletproof vest. Yesterday in court, he told the judge that he was the victim, that he did not kill his pregnant ex-girlfriend, Sade Dixon. But so far, 3 people have been charged with helping Lloyd elude police by giving him money, food, and rides. The people in jail, his manager at the fried chicken joint where he worked, an ex-girlfriend, and his niece. Now, Lloyd told the judge that his family should not be punished because they did not do anything for him.
My family locked them up because my check. I work 2-3 jobs. I work and I work for that money, and that's why he gave that money to my daughter, and he gave my niece the other half because he didn't give my daughter all of it. That money was not for me.
Now, his first appearance on those new charges will be at 9 o'clock this morning. Of course, we'll be inside to let you know what happens. The Matt Miller Motorcycle Skills Competition and Chili Cook-Off is not only just to raise some money, but also to remember those who have fallen in the line of duty, like Deputy Norman Lewis, where he used to wear the number 24. 30 motorcycle cops from all over the state competed to not only be the best, but to honor the fallen. One of the most recent motorcycle cop killed, Deputy Norman Lewis with the Orange County Sheriff's Office. The agency wore his number to compete.
Even though I knew Norm Lewis, it was just as difficult to hear Lieutenant Clayton was gunned down. We're a big family out here, and anytime we hear something like that, it really affects all of us very deeply. Norm was a very good friend of mine.
This competition among law enforcement started after Seminole County Deputy Matt Miller was killed in 2011.
He was not only my partner, he was also a good friend of mine.
Sergeant Pat Smith was there when his partner was killed by another car in Maitland. He says Miller was trying to catch up to a speeder and had his lights and sirens on. But sometimes he says that's not enough.
It seems like more and more drivers out there are distracted with being on their cell phone.
This annual motorcycle challenge was named after Deputy Matt Miller, but Crime Line spearheaded the movement with their long-running chili cook-off between law enforcement agencies.
It's just a community partnership. It's about solving crimes.
Last year, Crime Line raised nearly $18,000 from this event.
With an incident like we just had, we have to do these things in order to cover expenses, unexpected expenses, and things like that.
Chili, bike competition, and remembering those killed in the line of duty.
I'm sure that he's looking down on us right now, and I'm sure he's smiling.
In Seminole County, Jackie Orozco, Fox 35 News.
Few parents telling us that not only are they disturbed but concerned that this man was just hanging around here at Jones High School and talking to the girls and soliciting them for sex. Now, the school district wanted to make clear that he never worked for Jones High School, nor was he affiliated whatsoever with the girls' track and field team. Those teenagers just 13 and 14 years old. So far this morning, we have seen some extra patrols, some extra police officers here, and some security here at the middle school now that parents are coming in. Now, luckily, those students' classmates tipped off investigators days before this mass shooting was supposed to start. It's a parent's worst nightmare, a possible mass shooting at their kid's school. Luckily, it didn't happen here at the village's charter middle school, but two students were talking about doing it until their classmates ratted them out to police.
I praise not only the students that reported it, but the parents that taught them, to be aware of your surroundings, to be aware of, any dangers or unusual activity in the school.
According to Sumter County deputies, a 13 and 14-year-old talked about shooting the school during gym class. They would use a signal to start shooting by dropping a pencil on the floor. They would tell students a day before to wear white t-shirts and use the code word Eugene if they did not want to get shot. When deputies confronted the students, they said it was a joke and a dumb statement. Deputies did not find any weapons on the boys, but found several guns in their homes. As a precaution this morning, there will be extra deputies patrolling the area to make sure no one will carry out this threat.
We still have to look out for each other, not only from kindergarten all the way up to 12th grade, but also as family, parents, and faculty and staff members as well.
Now, those two boys are being held at the juvenile detention center right now, and they're charged with conspiracy to commit murder. For now, reporting live here at the Villages, Jackie Orozco, Fox 35 News. That's why political leaders will be meeting here at Valencia College to be speaking with students in this roundtable discussion, talking about the immigration issues. Local politicians will be meeting with students here at Valencia College to answer their concerns about immigration issues under the new administration. Now that President Donald Trump signed an executive order temporarily banning immigrants from 7 Muslim countries, many immigrants are wondering what's next.
I think that the executive order is broad and it is vague, and so it does violate the Equal Protection Clause because it singles out certain classes of people.
Students at Valencia College will be talking that and immigration issues that could affect them under the new administration. House Democratic leader Nancy Pelosi and Florida Congressman Darren Soto will be hosting today's roundtable discussion with students. Even though President Donald Trump says he'll be tough on immigration, he said his intentions are not to deport students known as Dreamers. They are kids who came to the country illegally. About 750,000 young people are in the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, or the DREAM Act. Trump's administration says they will focus on deporting immigrants with criminal records first.
Meanwhile, dozens of people were detained at airports across the country, including here at OIA. According to Florida Congressman Darren Soto, the 3 people stopped at OIA were on a flight from Dubai. We also know 2 are from Syria and the 3rd is from Iran. Now, after hours of questioning, they were all able to reunite with their families. It's something local leaders say is unconstitutional.
It was wrong in its origin and wrong in its rollout, and I know there are a lot of good people out there that will fight it every step of the way.
Other issues that they'll be talking about is student health care, if the Affordable Care Act will be repealed, and student debt. For now, reporting here in Osceola County, Jackie Orozco, Fox 35 News. Actually, something very small started the fire. According to firefighters, they say that a lit candle in the bedroom started this massive blaze.
Told him just a minute. I went to the door and she says, Terry, my house is on fire. Call 911.
Terry Strickland shot this video from his backyard. You can see the fire shooting out of the roof. He lives right next door. He says he ran outside to put water on his fence and fears his house would catch on fire too.
It was fully involved when I woke up.
It was around 3:30 this morning when the fire completely swallowed the home. Firefighters say a man, woman, and their dog were inside. Now they managed to escape, but the woman was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
We had quite a bit of fire throughout the house. It was fully involved. The fire started in the bedroom from a candle.
And with that little candle, it destroyed an entire home.
I hate for anybody to lose a house. I'm just glad no one was hurt.
Now, firefighters tell me that the house did not have any electricity. There were smoke detectors inside. It's just unknown if they were working at this point, and they do believe that fire was accidental. For now, reporting here in Orange County, Jackie Orozco, Fox 35 News.